pretty
Yeah,
much.
no, I'm not saying that because he made the main at the Worlds. I'm saying that because it's so different conditions, something not that you're not used to, setup wise, driving wise. The tires weren't the best there. J Concepts at that race still good, but that I thought was really impressive. That showed sort of his true level and potential, that he was able to go there and still perform. And there was a bigger gap, I would say, between him and many other Americans who he normally races with. So that I think makes him more special or more spectacular than this Silver State sweep, which of course that is an amazing feat also.
So we've been waiting for so long for Mason Fuller to do this. I know. And we've seen others win. We saw Brandon Rose win. Look at Pecco. You want to know whether he's tired. You could go if you want, Pecco. Or do you want to rant?
Which is
And
they also know that. We had a chat after the race, and the first thing they said was like, "Well, finally did this, so Lefty can shut up."
good, because
Something
I won't
like
shut up now because now I'm all about it. I think why I think this is different from say Brandon Rose when he won SIC a couple years ago is that Mason Fuller has been constantly beating these guys in E-Buggy, constantly beating them in Truggy, and finishing second to these guys for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I think he rides his package. I noticed it at DNC where I thought he could have won the race. Then at PMB, he was also very fast, and I was like, he's got his package dialed in. And it paid off, and he's been putting in work. He's been practicing. He's been going racing. He's been doing what needs to be done to get to this level. I think he gets this win, and I think he rides this wave going into the upcoming warm-up race at Thornhill, and then into the nationals and all that type of stuff. And I think it's nothing stopping him from winning. I think he knows now he can beat these guys anywhere, anytime, any place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have a question. Do you think that people know or sort of know who Mason Fuller is or care about him? So what I mean is, people in Europe or in Asia, do they care?
I don't
Mason
know.
Fuller won all Silver State. Like, do they now, oh, I'm so excited about Fred or S-Works or like Fuller? Is it like that or not?
I don't know, because the one thing that I say he lacks is he has not built up. He's the Iceman for a reason. He doesn't say much, right? And I think the focus is on the winning, and the image side is also important nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And I think that these guys need to be able to focus on both, or someone needs to help him on that side. You know,
Yeah.
S-Works needs to be mentoring that side of him, because his race side's fine, right? But he needs to. I said it a few years ago that I think these companies will hire PR teams or somebody to have PR to do something.
I've been
But if that's the one thing he lacks is the image side.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. If you think about it, like Tebow, he doesn't have those kind of results, but he has a bigger image somehow. Like he's more of a star. Like people care outside of America. Yes, America, the rest of the world exists. Mayfield, same thing. Even Cavalieri, like they have that star power. You know why I think that is? Social media. Back when they became who they are, when they made their name for themselves, we had magazines, we had dedicated RC media journalism. That's what creates a persona, an image, a star. Now we have drivers' personal Facebook and the brand's Facebook, and that media is kind of lacking. So everyone's the same. Anyone can create a Facebook page or social media content, and it's like it's all the same. There's no separation. Why is he different to anyone else? Why would that kid from India look up to Mason Fuller? He can look up to everyone. They're just the same. They have the same T-shirt and the same Facebook page, and there's nothing different, right? Back then, it was like you only saw the stars in the magazines. You only saw them being interviewed. You only like the only people you saw were the stars. They became the stars. Now everyone's a star. Do you see? There's no difference. Why is he different to Camden Lime? Their results are different, but if you look, like, it's not much different. Like, who's who? Like, I don't know. Do you understand? Like,
I understand that.
That's missing.
Can I have a rebuttal to that? Well, not a rebuttal, but I would add to that is that I would say that Tebow, Cavallari, and Mayfield also have results, right, on an international, world, and national stage. And
But so he also has those results.
Not like those guys. Those guys have fucking world championships, all three of them, right? And really race wins and national title wins multiple times. And they came up in an era where the magazines and things were superstars. Yes, everybody can be a superstar nowadays.
Yeah.
Hence, while I think building up your image is important because you have to build it up, you have to separate yourself from people. Of course, we have this topic because there's no real separation between pros and Joes and RC, right? But does he help sell stuff? I don't know. I think it feels good for the S-Works guys to get this win. I feel good because I like the family and I think he's living up to his potential, but he has to win some more. And then maybe as he wins, maybe he gets the confidence to talk more. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, but talk to who? Talk where? This is a perfect segue into a mini rant here. You remember that rant about stay in your lane? Corporate lefty announcing races, not going to Joey's races anymore, no DNC, no Silver State. Oh, we have our own thing over here organizing these races. There's enough races already, right? There's enough race promoters, organizers, announcers. You know what your lane is? Independent RC media. You are the guy who covers these events, who tells the stories, who tells the backstories of people. Why was it special that Fuller swept Silver State? Who is he? When has this ever been done before? What's in his future? That's what independent RC media does. And that's what Non-MRC podcast is. Not announcing some fucking race in Florida that only those people who attend care about. No one gives a shit. A live stream 9 hours all day. It's cool. You're there talking. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't matter. We have plenty of people doing that. Stay in your fucking lane. You are RC independent media. That's what you should be doing. If these people aren't stars, actually, it's the media's fault.
Well, you know what? There was people there to do that. Why didn't they do it? I'm not good. I'm not
that's what you need to do. That's your lane.
I don't want to go
that's
to that
who you
race.
are. You are the Lefty the Great. Do not become Lefty the Great Disappointment.
I am not into Silver State. Listen, you said you don't. You got me. I in fact, I filter out to different things. That independent media stuff doesn't get paid.
We need a realignment. I have a setup station. I can send you one. Put it on your head and realign your brain. Okay. Check your camber, your droop, your toe. We can do it. We can make it happen. We can figure this out. You need.
I do want to go to DNC next year. The only race I want to go to is DNC. I want to go to DNC. I don't want to go to Silver. I'm not a Silver State fan. I'm not.
Do you have a gambling problem?
Go all the big races.
No, I don't like gambling at all. I'm not into anything that Vegas has to offer.
Okay.
Nothing.
I can think of one thing that Vegas has to offer that you're into. This is a family show, so.
But I'm not. I'm just not into. So a lot of people ask me about going to Silver State, and I get that it's a very convenient race, right? And I've been to Vegas for races 3 times now, but I tell you what, I like DNC for a particular reason. I like DNC because of the atmosphere. When it's not raining and it's a good day, one of the most beautiful things you can see is like that hill. You stand up on that driver's stand or that little thing and you see all the pit areas set up and people coming to watch and all that type of stuff. I'm not into it. And
I feel like you're changing the subject a bit.
I'm not. I'm just telling you why I'm not going. And other things go different ways. Just like you didn't want to be a part of Mayako, well, things at the NNRC goes different ways. And I had, you know what? I tell you what, the race that I went to in North Georgia, I got to drive on it, and it was fucking probably the best layout I've ever driven on in my life. And you would have liked it too. you would have had a better race at that race, more fun. Well, maybe not more fun. But what I'm just saying is it would have been it was a very comfortable race, and I
Are you still
enjoyed it.
doing that in NNRC Cup with the points and all that?
No, I stopped it.
Why not?
Because it gets no traction. Because I don't have help doing it. I can only do so much. Right? And it never gets the traction that I want. And it takes up time because it takes up time from somebody to do the points, somebody to do the graphics and all that type of stuff, and then somebody to write it up. And if it doesn't get traction, I've done it twice. I did it to show what it can do.
We need to, like I said, we need to put you on the setup station and give you an alignment, and then you're good to go for the next 2 to 3 years here.
No, I think I'm fine.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree with this
I'm not
corporate
doing what you
direction.
want me to do.
These
I'm not doing what you
no,
think I
it's
should
not.
be doing.
It's not about that. It's about the industry and what it needs, and why Mason Fuller swept Silver State, and no one really cares. If we go to Philippine Masters and ask those people, they care about Tebow, Cavalieri, Mayfield. They don't care about Mason Fuller.
But those guys have heritage. They've earned that, Jake. And
yeah, why do they have heritage? Why?
They fucking won when they
no,
when
Fuller
they won.
also won.
He won one race. He won one fucking race.
Fuller has won a lot of races. He made the main at the Worlds. Why?
What did you say? If you're seventh on the West at a race, it doesn't matter. Remember that?
What?
In your blog? Your blog says if you're seventh, if you're after seventh, it doesn't matter. You made a famous blog about that.
Classes, yeah. So anyway, I stand by what I said. I think that you know your lane. In your heart, you know your lane, and you need to stay in it. So we need to realign you so you stay in your lane. And the viewers, comment below if you agree with what I say. Lefty,
I agree.
Great. Independent RC media, uncovering the scoops and the stories and all of that stuff, the personal stuff in racing. That's your job.
I think World's quite good.
To do it, to make good money at it.
There's no
money to do it, to support it, to make good money at doing it.
Well, it's like the RC Racing TV YouTube channel and the videos they do. Everyone loves them, right?
Yeah, very good.
It could have never started if they thought there's no money in it to do it. And there is no money in it to do it at first. But if you do it and it works, okay, you figure out a way to make it work.
That's what I say. I don't want to do it all the time at these races. I like what I do at the other races too. There are particular races that I want to do this.
Yes,
right?
You can go and announce for 9 hours sometimes. But you shouldn't make that main thing you do.
First off, the race that I went to, I was always scheduled to go to. And it was never scheduled at the same time as Silver State. So
I feel like you need a plan. You need a plan.
Fine.
Like, no, you're not. We sit down. Okay, this is the race schedule. Each month, this is the thing. And then you balance it. So like
I want to go to, mate. I don't want to go to Silver State. I don't.
You don't need to go to Silver State.
I want to go to Silver State.
It's like,
I want to go
what
DNC.
content do you put out? What is the point of the content you put out? And then the minority of the time is like announcing and these race series and all of that, and the majority is the professional side of RC, and that's
well, I'm not going to races to do both.
I'm
not going races to do both. I'm either doing either one.
You don't need to go to the races. Okay, the ones you do, the majority is to cover the event.
That's not paying me to go there. That's not how I'm paying to be there.
It would eventually pay.
I don't think there's a market for it.
I think there is.
Well, you can do it.
I think there is.
I'll go to the races I want to go to. I like going to the Worlds.
That's fine.
I want to go to the Nationals.
Your Worlds coverage was really popular, right?
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best it has ever been.
A lot of people watched you and Max.
There was a lot to go on. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed that more than calling the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people watched
all the time
the videos of you interviewing or Max interviewing different drivers and teams and all of that, because it contained information relevant to the race and what was happening that was not available on drivers' personal Facebook posts or J Concept's Facebook update. No, that's what people want. And that's what you can provide for everyone. And when you do that consistently and well over a period of time, which you can do, then that is when people pay for it. And RC Racing TV is proof of that. And another thing,
Maybe I
they
don't
don't
wanna
charge
do that.
$50 or something. They charge big enough amounts of money to where it makes sense when they get the support.
Exactly,
Right?
and maybe I don't
That's what
wanna
you
do
need to
that.
do too.
Maybe I don't wanna do that at every race.
I'm pretty sure that money motivates you, my man. And if you can make
Money
the money
motivates
by
everybody.
doing something beneficial to the industry, that's what you should do.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff
Yeah.
that's beneficial for the industry. I'm just not doing stuff that you think is beneficial.
No.
But that's fine, because that's not what this argument's about. You just want me to do what you want me to do
No,
and
it's not
nothing
about
else.
what I want.
Yes,
I
of
don't.
course it is.
No, it's
Of
not
course
about
it is.
that.
It's always about what you want me to do.
Well, yes,
You don't
what I
control
do
me
want,
like that.
I do want it, yes, because I
Yeah,
know that it will
support me
improve the
and do it.
industry.
Then say, okay, all right, Lefty, you're going to the Euros in July. Here, I'm going to pay you this much to do this and help you pay for your trip to go there. Then support me and do it.
Okay.
And then see if it gets
Are
done.
you
But
gonna
I'm
do it?
now
Are you
I'm
gonna
going
do
to
it
the Euros to
properly,
do commentary.
like the worlds? I
The
swear.
World, I'm going to do commentary as well, and I'm not
No.
doing both.
Listen,
It's too much to do both.
focus. 30
I'm not
seconds,
doing both.
Lefty. Focus.
No, I give
Focus
you
for
a
30
chance.
seconds, Lefty.
Send me to the nationals.
Stop for 10 seconds.
No,
Okay.
exactly.
Breathe.
So put
Breathe.
your money where your
Okay.
mouth is.
Breathe.
I'm
Breathe.
fine.
Breathe. Okay. Good.
Oh Lord.
The world's coverage was really good. Imagine that same coverage you did nationals, worlds, Euros, I don't know, Philippine Masters, Buggyland. How many races was that? 5?
I
6
didn't do
races a
Buggyland.
year. You just like those races, but the
That will be
coverage is
fine.
on point.
That will be fine. I would work with something towards that, because those are races
Yes.
that I would like. Okay, I'll put it
And
this.
that is
I'll put
like
it this way.
the main focus in a sense. That is the flagship thing, is that.
I would put it
Everyone
this
knows
way.
that NNRC podcast coverage of these few major events is unparalleled. It is the best. That is the place to go, right? You also go to these other races and announce, and you do this and that and the things you enjoy. Yeah, that's fine. It's just that that's not all you do. You still have those few events where you set the bar for what RC
I agree with you
independent
there.
media is.
I agree with you there. I agree
That's
with
what
you
I'm
there.
saying. And that
I'll
is
pick-
possible.
That is possible. That is
Yeah.
very possible.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm planning to do for races that I want to go to. I just kind of need to take a fucking
Like
break.
I said, I think you need a sit down and a plan. Okay, so let's do that.
Yeah, but
motivate me more also.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're motivated.
And then
but
when we have our truggy and we go and we dominate in truggy, someone's there to tell a fucking story. Okay,
you're all about truggy. See? You're
Yeah.
all about truggy. I would definitely, for instance, I would love to come to the Philippine Masters and do NNRC content, because it's a track, or it's a race I want to go to. It's a place I want to visit, and I want to have a vacation there at the same time. That will be my motivation to there, because if I can go to these races that like those type of races, enjoy my time there, and maybe spend a few days afterwards there as well, then I want to do that. I like to go to these different races. I enjoy what I do in the commentary side, and I do it, but it's also taking up a lot of my time. And sometimes I got to be home. I do have kids that need to see me and need to be raised by me, and that's one of the sacrifices I have made with all this traveling. Because you was in the road for 3 weeks, I was in the road for 5. Right? And it wears on you. Remember when I used to be like, why are you tired of traveling, JQ? When we first got into this and we started traveling, and I never thought I'd get tired of it. And I'm enjoying my time at home. Does that make sense? I enjoy my times that I'm at home.
Me too.
So, but I don't need a realignment. I just need to maybe shift some focus onto those things.
You need a realignment. We have a setup station. It's available now. Actually, we had a realignment of the web shop. I don't know what happened to this day. I don't know what. Just I lost access. Everyone lost access. I don't know if someone tried to hack the site or what. Now it's back up and running. So go on there, invisiblespeed.net, set up stations. Everything's available. Books, courses, you name it. You only the setup station. That's what you need. We don't have the plate for truggy yet. That's what you're going to need for your alignment on your big head. You need the truggy plate. That's coming. Okay. Just have the buggy one now.
Get the truggy one done. Get the
You
truck
needed
you
the
want.
inhaler for that one.
I needed
Okay,
the
good.
inhaler. You're making
I'm
me
very
run
happy
on
about this intervention. I feel like we've achieved something, that we're going to have some improved independent RC media. We have RC Racing TV doing their thing. We have No Name RC Podcast going back to their roots, covering a few big events in very good style. You can include Max in this intervention, and that's going to be his way back into RC.
He needs an intervention.
Give him a haircut, a shave, new wardrobe, make him the fucking best interviewer in the pits, right? He has competition now. The guy from Australia or New Zealand? Australia, right?
Australia. Scott.
What's his name? He's really good. So Max has competition now. But I think that this is possible to do.